Hello everyone, and welcome back to another manga chapter review. I am the Rat, and this is the Rat's Nest. I am joined as always by Trevor and Kyle. Say hi, Trevor.
Howdy.
He's the raccoon, and Kyle.
Hi.
He's the crab. So, now that we've gotten introductions out of the way, I'm the Rat, in case you didn't hear the intro. We are today talking about JOJOLian Chapter 10, Ojiro Sasame, and his goals. I thought
None
this
of that
was
was right. None of that
a pretty
was right.
good chapter.
Absolutely wrong.
I was trying to parody. Jonathan Joestar, his youth. That's what it is.
You could have just said that this is part 1 because it's called The Hustle Part 1.
It is the
Which
Hustle Part
implies
One.
the existence of The Hustle Part 2. And
Where
I am
is it,
excited for that.
Araki? Where is it? People after World War One being like, okay, what's going on here?
What's going on here?
So that just happened. So this chapter.
So that's about to happen.
So this chapter was pretty good. We got the reintroduction of rock humans, very likely. We got a Joestar getting stabbed in the neck for the second time. Did you know that with the JOJOLands chapters, there is a 20% chance of the JoJo getting stabbed in the neck at the end of it? Of a Joestar getting stabbed in the neck at the end of it. I apologize.
Yeah,
As in, by that, do you mean
1 out of
2
every
in
5
10
chapters.
chapters of JoJoLands have had a
A Joestar getting stabbed
Joestar
in the
being
neck
stabbed in the neck?
as the cliffhanger.
okay.
That means
well,
that there is
that's
a
not
20%
true.
chance of it happening.
That's not true because
How?
what's his name? I forgot his Jodio. I was like Josuke. I was like, Josuke's not right. That's the wrong.
You're
part.
calling it part 8. You're calling
We're
it
talking about part
Josuke.
8, bro.
Guys, you guys can talk about part 8 all you want. I want to talk about part 9.
Yeah. So Jodio didn't get stabbed. He got cut. He got sliced.
If there was a knife wound to a Joestar's throat, there's a 20% chance of that happening at the end of a chapter.
Yeah,
I
there's
think
a
that's a
20%
beautiful.
chance.
I think that's a beautiful statistic. But yeah, no, pretty good chapter. In general, what do you guys think?
Oh, I don't know why. So part of me just adores this chapter because we get to see like hand-to-hand esque combat, and I think Araki does spectacular when it comes to that. And just getting to see the Hustle fight like that, I said that from the beginning, right? I said like we're gonna wait, and the Hustle is just gonna have one chapter where it pops off, and it's gonna be amazing. And
I
lo
think
and
you
behold,
did say that.
See,
Yeah.
honestly,
yeah. Like
yeah, you did say that.
I have had stocks in Paco and the Hustle for quite some time, and I think right now the Hustle is my favorite stand of this part.
That's
yeah,
incorrect.
So personally, I don't know. I thought it was an okay chapter, but I'm also really tired because we're recording it
This is
at
true.
1 in the morning.
Yeah.
So I think that is supposed to do with it. Also, we just spent the past like 5 hours playing Lethal Company, so I'm
That's a
kinda
good
worn
game.
out
That's a
little
good
bit,
game.
you know?
You know what? Screw it. Our gameplay of it is the background footage of this video. I recorded it.
Okay. You're recording that today?
Yeah. I think I
Okay,
got some of our
awesome.
funny moments I could actually clip. But yeah, well, yeah.
Awesome.
So, I really like the chapter. Cool to see rock humans back. I'm a big Part 8 fan, so whenever I get to see that. Something I noticed, and I noticed it because I saw someone on Twitter pointed out. So I guess I did see something on Twitter about it. The expressions of the characters has been really, really good so far in Part 9. And, like, especially in this chapter, there's a couple examples where, like, it's like, okay, yeah. Because, like, I mean, you know, funny Part 7, you know, funny, aha, they all have the same face. In Part 8, where, you know, it's more distinct, but they're kind of like models, like, you know, like saying, like not very expressive. But Araki has really put a lot of expressiveness that's felt very natural, I think, into the chapter so far. And that's not to say the characters in 7 and 8 weren't expressive. But, like, it's really, really good, especially this chapter in Part 9. That's something someone on Twitter noticed. But with all that said, let's just get.
Brandon, this is your channel, so I want to ask before I make this joke. Can I make a racist joke?
Oh, dude, you just watched Bleach Book Club. Yeah, of course. Have
No.
fun.
Okay, yeah. Well, I mean, it's obvious that like people have to look different now. Dude, they're Americans. They're not all Japanese.
That's true. That's true. They can see better and all that.
No.
Anyway,
they don't look
let's
alike.
get right
No.
into
We
chapter.
we can make that joke. One of
Oh
our
my
best
gosh.
friends is dating an Asian man. So by proxy.
Exactly. Well, no, he's Asian, but yeah.
Yeah, whatever. So we can like.
Anyway, let's talk about the hustle part 1.
So we get to see them fighting, and there's some fighting, and they're fighting some more, and then do the hustle. Slaps the guy and like throws chairs at him. Second stand to where we know the stand user canonically knows the song it's named after.
Which is a really weird factoid because
Paco is dragging his ass in the QRTs right now. And we see the true face of the rock human, and he looks kind of twinkish. And this is where Paco's kind of like, his face is like the fragments of rock / sand, so this is very likely a rock human. The guy doesn't actually say any words this chapter, I don't think, so it's just Paco
see,
kind
like,
of
the thing is,
talking to
though,
him.
like, I don't like, Paco saying, what exactly does he say?
He says it's sand. It says it has
Um,
a texture. It's real sand, and every bit of it is a rock fragment with different colors.
No, not that. It's the thing, like, where he questions if the guy is human. Oh, yeah. So on what page is this? 19, which might be a little bit ahead of, like, where we currently were.
We'll go back. We'll go back, but just say what you want to say.
Yeah. But I mean, it's still part of the fight because it's there's like cuts in of other stuff.
Yeah.
But he says, "Is this guy even human?" No, but he's gotta be human. But it's dumb because why would he? He has no reason to expect him to not be human because he has been around stands for a very long time, obviously. And I mean, he should just assume that it's a stand ability. Like,
I would say that.
stand
yeah.
ability
Like
is what gives it like the rocky sandness.
I didn't question it to that extent whenever I first read it, but when I first read it, it's like why would you? Because like in part 8, they obviously have grounds to question it after the literal introduction of the rock humans. But with this, it's like, I mean, like I saw people make the comparison. This is it, given what we see the ability, it's similar to Metallica from part 5. It's not the exact same, but like it has similarities. So.
Yeah, okay, so in fairness, the first thing he says about it, he goes, was that a stand? That dirt-looking stuff floating around his face, it has a texture, it's real sand. Rock fragment of different colors. And he's kind of thinking about it. Yada, yada.
Also because he physically is able to, like, touch him and see. So I don't know.
He goes, what's with his neck? It feels so weird. This feels like that coarse sand, too. How would I strangle you? And then, like, he does weird stuff with the thing that causes Paco to be like, the hell's the dirt floating around him? Fragments get a mass together in a way that screws up perception how far away they are. Guy fused his left arm with the image of the clouds in the sky behind him, which is kind of confusing. Jody, are you breathing?
We could talk
And then
about
that's when we get it,
Yeah,
where he's
yeah.
like, is this guy even human?
like,
No, he's
with
got to
that
be
art-
human, but his skin is kind of like that. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of
He's
built up to
already,
like where...
directly saying, yeah, his
Well, also, hang on.
his
Also,
stand has control over like dirt and like
this is
that's
Yeah.
still like
this is a translation
in rocks
too.
and stuff.
I'm just gonna throw that out there too.
Yeah, no, yes, but you don't mistranslate something into is this guy even human? Like that's not something that would happen.
Like I get it that like is
that
this
has
guy
to be
even
very close
human?
to
But
it.
it's like that would be like if he was doing extra stuff outside of his stand ability, but Paco doesn't know his stand ability. Like I can see what
Yeah.
Araki was going for here, but I mean, yeah, I would say that maybe it is a bit of a pull.
It is. It's a bit of a reach. His
For Paco to not just assume, oh, his stand is doing this.
Yeah,
It's like, oh,
And it's- yeah,
there
it's-
could be a stand that gives his skin the property of a stand that gives his skin the property of sand. I can't talk. Oh my gosh, it's a tough sentence.
no, it's a hard sentence.
Yeah. But yeah, so then we get to see Dragona and Usagi come out, and they're hamming it up a little bit. And they walk up. It's like in Lethal Company, whenever you and your friend have just like wandered around and gotten like a ton of scrap, and you go back to the ship, and like someone is cowering in fear in there, and someone else is dead, and they're like, yeah, a dog dragged his dead corpse in here, it laid it down, pissed on it, and then left, and I just had to sit here silently. watch. You know, it's kind of like that feeling. I think.
Yeah, that happens sometimes. That happens sometimes.
That happens sometimes. I did have to watch you get yoinked by the dog. That was pretty good. From the monitor. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we've been playing too much Lethal Company, and by that I mean not enough. But Dragona's just kind of chilling, and they're still hamming it up. And then Paco's like,
There's
"Hey,
a funny little
you
note
guys
that says,
need to
be sure
shut up."
not to drink until age 20.
I know,
It's
dude.
funny.
Doesn't
Because
Araki
20
know?
is the age of drinking in Japan.
Man, where'd Rohan get this? Yum. That's so dumb. I hate this. I hate this stupid part of the chapter so much. But we
Why?
get to,
Why?
because it's dumb and it's stupid, obviously. So we get to see them.
Yeah, but like
hamming it
Dragona's
up.
so hot though. What are you talking about?
That's true. That's true. He is the hottest guy in JoJo. After Jodio, am I right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So
no, you're very wrong there, Brandon. Jodio was 15. What? Who are you?
so here you can see that the expressions are actually really good. This is one of the expressions. Like specifically down here, you can see Dragona and Usagi are like, "Oh shit!" Like that's an "oh shit" face if I've ever seen an "oh shit" face. You know, I like to compliment Funny Water on his expressions, and Funny Water does do expressions well. But Araki's definitely cooking with this. But they're just telling him about this little fella. They're saying, yeah, he's not an assassin. He's not with the mafia because he's not that cool. Okay, so here's more Paco saying stuff. So he goes, but that guy's body, there's something nutty going on with it. He fused his form with the friggin' clouds. I couldn't tell the difference between him and the clouds that were kilometers away. It should be a stand ability, but I don't know how to describe it. This guy, this enemy, what's his deal? Are we going to be able to make it to the plane and get home? Of course, we're going to eliminate him. Yada, yada, yada. So,
okay, so hang on.
I think he knows that he's making a reach. But does that make the reach any better? I don't know. But he's like it should be a stand ability, but I don't know how to. It's just a feeling that he gets. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that.
If this was like a TV show, right? Let's say that we're watching the next Avengers movie, Avengers 5 in theaters, and
not the Kane Chronicles, not the Kane. Chronicles.
Not that. Yeah. And you know the new Avengers led by Falcon, who is also Captain America, is like, guys, I have a strong feeling that the villain has resurrected the body of Tony Stark, and we're gonna have to fight Tony Stark, and then that's exactly what happens. You're gonna feel like, yeah, that's kind of stupid.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's exactly what's going on here. If you're saying like, oh yeah, I have this extreme theory, and it just happens to be right, then it's like,
okay. I have
did you have a theory though, or is
there
that
is
far?
a better scenario. What if and I know this isn't what happens, but I could see what Paco's saying being true if, for example, he fought what if it was like a close range fighting type stand where it's like Star Platinum, but he gets past the stand and makes contact with the user, and it's like, okay, there's something weird with the user. It's not just what the stand's doing. It'd be different, but this stand is clearly a part of the guy's body. So for him to be fighting it and be like, I don't know. This seems more like a stance. I don't know if I can agree with that, Paco. I don't know if I can.
Yeah, Paco's kind of whack.
Also,
if they made if they made it saying if his reasoning was yeah, he has a stand, right? But the stand doesn't have a form. You know, is it really a stand? And have that
Paco's
reasoning,
stand doesn't have a form.
Yeah, I know. It's still a bit of a stretch, but it's more reasonable of a stretch to say, oh, his stand doesn't have a form. Most stands have forms. And also, his stand might have a form. We don't know. Just because we haven't seen it doesn't mean it
we'll
doesn't
have to see. The other thing I was gonna say that we could try to discuss now, since we get one instance of it later. So what do you guys think exactly? What do you guys think the enemy stand does?
I don't know, because it's really hard to separate rock human powers from stands, because rock humans can just kind of do whatever a Rocky needs them to do at that
I'm gonna
moment.
say that this is a stand power. I feel fully confident to say that like this is a stand power.
Yeah. Well, the cloud thing, that's a stand.
Yeah.
Like he
Like,
can it's the
whenever-
perception. He can use like the silica in the rocks, and he can bend the rocks to a way that makes it look as if they're in a different spot than they actually are, or something like that.
Because he
'cause-
does this later on too, with like whenever the birds are flying by, and then
Well, let's just go ahead and get there, because I mean that's basically the rest of the chapter. So Dragona sees a couple walking out. They bought the watch. Dragona's kind of upset, and cutting it up with
oddly like
Usagi.
Joshu.
Just kind of just so much sauce there, and then they're like, okay, yada yada. They're yapping a little bit.
They make a game plan to get to
Yap
the
a little
car.
bit more.
They say that getting to the car would be the smartest idea. You know, if they get inside, they'd be safe from him in theory, and then they'll try to jump him there, and that the watch is going to slowly make its way back to them.
Yeah, and now the watch is making its way back to them.
And Dragona
But
is freaking out a lot about it.
yeah, but it's not the watch. It's the guy, and he stabs Dragona and steals the lava rock. And then JoJo uses November Rain, catches this fool's foot, and Dragona is using smooth operators to slide the neck wound to a non-lethal spot / maybe outside of his own body.
Yeah, it says slide it and pull it outside.
Yeah, so whatever
might
his definition of
imply-
outside is. But that's very interesting. I think we've seen that use of smooth operators before, but still, it's like, that's actually pretty good.
Like, what if it can move the wound from the body to like the ground?
I think it probably can. I mean, I think of it kind of like Tusk Act 3.
Yeah.
I guess.
I
Isn't
know.
that Tusk Act 3? Well, Tusk Act 2, the bullets still move. 3 is just Johnny being able to be in the hole.
Yeah. Two, I'm pretty sure it's 2, where like when he shoots the tree. Like
Yeah. Because it's 2 because that's when he gets the golden spin and he beats Sandman.
I'm so happy.
Oh,
that,
spoilers for part 7.
I would hope people.
Yeah, if you haven't read part
Yeah.
7 yet, or watched our videos of part 7 with featuring
I'm
the BTS male and Brandon as the rat.
I'm very
Yeah.
happy
Or the rat
that
as Brandon, my bad.
the squad stands minus Usagi are shaping up to be like really fun.
Now, I think that it's very interesting because I'd say the hustle was the one that I was like, no, the hustle was fun this chapter, right? I'm not going to lie. The hustle was fun. Again, I mean, my problem with it is I don't see how it scales.
Look, man, I already
It's
got a
been,
return.
obviously.
I already got a return profit on my investment in Paco and the Hustle stocks. I'm gonna continue putting money in those stocks, and they're gonna continue to grow, and they're
They're gonna
prove me
crash.
wrong.
They're gonna crash, bro. Look,
They're
all
not
I'm
gonna
saying,
crash. They're not
all
gonna
I'm
crash.
saying, is the hustle versus Ozone Baby. Who's winning that?
The Hustle, dude.
No, you're wrong.
Yeah.
You're wrong.
No, yeah. Well, is this like the hustle as in like right now, or like the hustle Act 4? It's a spin stand, obviously.
Oh, dude, no freaking way. Dude,
I'm
it
telling
isn't
ya.
because Hero used
He
spin
turns his
to make
body
his
into a golden ratio.
no freaking way, and then JoJo uses it in the final battle to be like November Rain, the hustle spin
And I also
Requiem.
like the fact that he can just affect other people too. Like how he saves JoJo was a very creative workaround to him.
Yeah, so he like nodded his muscles and then moved it to the guy.
Well, okay, so let me.
Did I
let me
read
look
that
back
right, or-
exactly. Yeah. So what happened was, let me look back on it. Funny look back. So he's
That
fighting
kinda
him.
confused me.
Whenever he catches this. What do you call it? Like a. It's not just a knife. It's like a dagger.
Yeah.
It's almost like a sword. Whenever he catches it with his muscles on his left arm, his muscles flex, and then he goes to punch the man's arm directly. And when he punches the guy's arm, I think he punches his. Yeah, no, he punches his own arm, and then it like flexes on the sword, and then I think that travels through the guy's body, and it like pops out his shoulder with like what the muscles are doing. Yeah, I'm reading that. Yeah, okay. So the lower part of his right arm is getting affected because Paco's blocking it. Like Paco's got it trapped with his muscles, and through that contact, it looks like that lower part's starting to like bubble out. And then he hits his arm. Paco hits his own arm again, which then spreads it to the guy's right shoulder. So he could just do it through like contact of like inorganic matter, which is really interesting.
So that is going to be I mean, yeah, I guess you could scale that, but
How
does
I'm already getting a return profit.
how did like?
Hey Brandon,
How's that
you know
work?
what? You know what's funny about this chapter? You know what's going to prove me right? This is called the Hustle Part 1, which implies the existence of the Hustle Part 2.
Dude, it's Paco's twin brother. OCAP. Thought really hard about that one.
I was gonna say Pico.
Now, that's the guy from Friday Nights at Funkin'.
So anyway, that's most of what happens in this chapter. I think the artwork is really well done, especially in the images with the guy using his power, because they look very trippy.
No, the artwork was really like I noticed that like it was good.
Very good.
Like not just expressions, but like just everything was very, very good. I guess that could also be us being used to weekly mangas and then coming back to a monthly. But I don't know, something felt different about this chapter.
I'm excited to see the
nice.
fight continue.
I am infinitely more interested in this fight than I was the cat fight.
The cat one was
fine.
Okay, because we had the three. We had the stuff with Rohan, which that was good. We had the cat stuff, which like okay, that's fine. You know, it was building up to this, and I think this is shaping up to be like the. Can't even. I'm laughing because I'm like it's the best fight so far. It'll be like one of like the only like full fights. There's only there's only so little to choose from right now. I'm just so happy to be back in like the formula of JoJo's, you know, reading stand battles. It's fun. It's really enjoyable. And then I'm trying to think because we covered everything mostly, right? Is there anything else to say on the chapter?
I can't really think of anything.
Okay,
unless
so
Trevor can, or you got another thing.
What do you guys think is going to happen next exactly? Which I mean, I know we're in a fight.
I think that the next chapter is going to be called the Hustle Part 2.
No freaking way.
Yeah. I think it's only going to be a two-parter because it's you know, I think that it's only going to be a two-parter.
You think they're going to beat him in the next chapter?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I mean, I would have.
Well, they may not beat him in next chapter, but the third chapter will not be the Hustle Part 3.
Okay, yeah.
I think it will be the Hustle Part 3, but I think like the beginning of it is going to be the end of the fight.
I think it will extend to Part 3. That would be my best guess.
Like I think the end of next chapter is going to be them like finishing the fight, and then like the chapter after that is like, okay, the final blow has been landed. Now we're talking to him, get information, something, yada yada yada. Who cares? And then the Hustle Part 3 is over.
I care immensely.
Because like the way that JoJo fights typically go is you have like the chapter before the name chapter starts, where like the fight basically starts, which happened here, and then the Hustle Part 1. Now could be renamed in the volume because we got whatever. Kyle, what's the name of the cat stand? You should know this. You're a JoJo's fan.
It's the Suzy Q one. It's cat something cat. I don't remember off the top of my head.
Stray cat? No freaking way. Because like from the volume release, volume 2, we got the cat stand name.
Yeah. So it could easily change. But so the average fight, maybe not exactly average, but they usually in these new, like the monthly chapters, they last like 3 to 4 chapters, which is about in the old verses 6 to 8, which I mean, the page count adds up. So I'd say anywhere from 3 to 4. If it is 4,
in JOJOLands it was roughly 4 because I remember reading it.
Yeah. I remember reading JOJOLands too.
That's crazy.
Yeah. This fight, the enemy has an interesting enough ability to. I think it could last that long, but
I hope
the
it's
safe
rock
bet-
humans. I mean, I'm
I
a
hope
big
so
rock human
too.
guy.
I
I'll
okay.
agree. It definitely
But
was
yeah,
a pull.
yeah, it's definitely a
but,
rock human.
Yeah.
Okay, because the one thing I saw some people online in like comments of certain posts about the chapter being like, I hope it's not rock humans again. Why? Why would you want a concept like that to be dropped? There's so much you can do with
Their
them.
asses are not reading JOJOLand.
I mean, there is so much you could do with them.
Don't fuck
I
with
for
the
one,
JoJolian fans. There's like 3 of us.
this is probably not gonna happen, but I really want more context on Toru and Wonder Review from.
That's
JoJoland.
not happening, bro.
I know.
Dude, you're
that's-
like the Hamon beat copium of guys. We're gonna get the stone disease explained in part 9.
No, okay, not that, but like just look.
Guys,
Nice explain, though. The fuck?
gonna get the flash forward explained in part 9.
The thing is, that's so true. It's hard for me to walk away from JoJolian accepting Toru fully. Like I'm more neutral.
I can do
on
it
him.
because I watched the single attack theory, and you should too.
I did, and I know, but
But
I
just
don't.
reread the arc. You haven't reread the arc. Like you read them as they came out instead of just all through.
That is also, I did read this for 2.5 years, and it drove me crazy every time to open up a new chapter to see them being like, "Oh, we're getting a little closer," and then he just starts walking, and then like,
Okay,
like,
Trevor. Now that we have read almost like not even a full year of the JoJoLands, imagine this times 3, basically.
that's
Wonder
most-
Review. That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous.
Yeah. And so get over it.
Valid.
It was.
You're
fun,
real for
though.
that one. You're real for that one.
I will say it was fun being involved in the community hype of like the oh my god, the theory craft guys. You don't understand what it was like when one of the chapters ended with Joshu being like, "I'll protect you, Yasuho," and then the next chapter it was immediately him just like going to a fuse with her because it would be better than sex apparently. Lamau even.
That was hilarious.
Probably
in
would be.
the community like roller coaster was insane, and I love being back in that similar feeling of the roller coaster with the community here too. Just seeing people's reactions to like this new chapter and just seeing what people say on it, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, but other people have bad reactions to things. Like, because, no one's read JoJolian.
Yeah.
That's so
Their
dope.
asses are not reading JoJolian.
This is not really JoJolian right now.
Tangential. I need to pick up the SBR reread that we were doing with Cade, but just on my own, and then reread JoJolian again on my own.
Yeah, because Kate's cringe. And his ass is not reading SBR or JoJolian.
His
Or
ass is not.
JoJoLands.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless there's
well.
anything else, I think we got everything covered here.
Yeah, no, I mean I feel good. I think we covered it all. So unless there's anything else, then if you're this far in the video, then obviously there is something you'd like, so make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment telling us what you thought about this chapter, what was your favorite part. What do you think the new guy's stand name is going to be? Drop a name in the comments. Thank you all for watching. We certainly hope you all enjoyed, and we will see you all next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.